Fuchs had an escape plan? Let's talk about that. On the night Fuchs is in the lab, somebody cuts out the lights. Fuchs is then set into a fight or flight mode as he lights a candle and goes out to investigate. And of course, that's when he finds out he is not alone. Could this figure be Blair, or is it really MacReady? Let me know that in the comments. As he is fleeing out into the snow, he discovers a piece of cloth. What does it say? MacReady. He is shocked and confused when he finds that MacReady's shredded clothing is just lying out in the snow. It is in this moment Fuchs loses all trust in MacReady, and ultimately in everyone else. But little did we know, Fuchs actually had a plan. Fuchs is a biologist, and one of the smartest members of Outpost 31. He spent hours on end in that cold winter lab in isolation, reading Blair's journals and notes. So aside from Blair, Fuchs had the most info on the thing, and had a much different reaction, of course, to the situation. So instead of using his brawn, Fuchs used his brains to create the perfect escape. Earlier in the film, Blair destroys a snow cab, and also the helicopter, but because Blair is just a biologist, not a mechanic, he accidentally cuts the wires to the headlights instead of the ignition.
Silly Blair.
And so as Fuchs is stumbling around in the snow, he brings us to the first phase of his master plan, the body of the Norwegian pilot that was blown away from the helicopter in the beginning of the film. Because Fuchs is smart, he knew that he needed a diversion to get the assimilated and the unassimilated alike off his trail. So what better thing to use than the long forgotten dead body of the Norwegian pilot? But unfortunately, Fuchs would have to make a sacrifice. His own glasses. Luckily, Fuchs can actually kind of see pretty good, I know because I know him. So without his glasses, he could still survive in the snow at night with one flare to light his way. So now with his diversion set up and ready to go, Fuchs makes his way to the snow cab. But watch out, Fuchs, you're being pursued by someone, or should I say, something. And believe it or not, when all of this was going down, Blair was in the tool shed making recordings. That's right, recordings. Cassette recordings. My team here was actually able to uncover never before heard audio recording tapes that Blair has made it by himself in the tool shed. Check us out.
It ain't Fuchs. It ain't him. It's me. I mean, that's not me. They gotta let me back inside.
Meanwhile,
so Fuchs finally makes his way back to the snow cab. He gets in, closes the door, looks around, doesn't see anyone behind him or anything. He starts the engine. Thank goodness the engine works, he says. Now the lights don't work, and that's the only downside. But he actually uses that to his advantage. No lights means he's able to escape without being seen. And the humming of the engine is drowned out by the wind of the storm. It took Fuchs many nights and many days in that storm, but he finally made it back to civilization, where he started teaching biology to college students. And he's now a dad, and I am his son. Bye-bye.